So you would even say Martinelli ahead of Pepe?
No. Right now, yeah.
So
right now.
What has happened to Pepe? Like it's Emery, Lundberg, and Arteta now. None of them are
Pepe
picking
didn't
this
get
guy.
on the pitch today, did he?
No. Oh, he came on. Yeah, he came on.
It was
How many minutes did he get? About 10 minutes?
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Pepe has to be the biggest flop of this season, surely.
We can say that. We have to say that. See May, innit?
Oh, come on, Jason.
We have to see May,
Jason, man.
We have to see May.
I'm not even trying to throw shade, but surely you can be honest to say, you know what? Pepe has been the biggest flop so far. This is so far.
You're saying so far.
What's happening, people? This is Everyone's a Pundit, and this is episode 22, man. Final episode of 2019.
Wow.
Hope you're all well. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a roller coaster ride.
A lot of highs and lows.
A lot of highs and lows.
Some are still experiencing the lows.
It's been enjoyable, man. You know, if you're new to the channel, new to the audio, this is, as I said, coming out on SoundCloud and Spotify. So if you're listening or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you first of all for tuning in. Basically, we're a football podcast, man, with that bit of WhatsApp group banter vibe to it. Three honest fans just giving you our fans' opinion. Sometimes there's a bit of emotion running high up here. Sometimes there's a bit of banter. But at the same time, man, we try and give you that real fans' opinion and fans' analysis of the football game, and I think that we do that quite well. Do you know what I mean? And we bounce off each other.
Try and be sensible as well. Nothing too wild.
There's no wild stuff that goes on here other than Jason at the beginning of the season saying that Arsenal were going to finish in the top four.
I did as well, you know.
Yes, you did, and I said that is wild, and I had heat for it. Now we are seeing that is wild. But for you though, if you don't know, I'm Semps, and I'm a United fan. To my right, we have
Patrick Tyron, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, it represents T.
Yeah, man, and he is a Spurs fan.
Obviously, innit?
Obviously. I forgot he's got he ain't got the woolly hat on today. For you listeners that are listening, he ain't got the woolly hat on. But to my left, you done know already.
Boom, bam, bing, Mr. Jason Alex. Come on.
And he's an Arsenal fan. He ain't got the Arsenal merchandise on this week.
I got it on me still, but I just didn't put it on.
He ain't put it on.
He wasn't feeling it now.
It's got to change, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable when I come in.
That barren spell's got you feeling a bit.
No. It's good, but put it on, you get me?
Laughs, smiles, jokes. That's what we do up here, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button.
Please, Hulk smash it right now.
You know, and get liking people. Hit the like button and put a share in your other WhatsApp groups, whether it's the audio or the YouTube. But we're gonna get into it today.
Please.
You know what? Where I wanted to start, and there's been a lot of Arsenal talk on here recently because Arsenal are in turmoil. Well, not necessarily. sorry. Not necessarily. No.
I didn't go as far as turmoil.
Okay, sorry. I want to take that back. I didn't mean turmoil. I just meant transition.
Wait, actually, you know what? No, I think you're right. Because we're talking 1 win in 12 in the Premier League. That is turmoil. That is legit relegation.
We just got a new manager, so...
Yeah, but still...
So does that erase the...
No, but the old manager kind of messed things up. So he's trying to work things out.
But still, 1 win in 12 is 1 win in 12. That is...
Jason, that is
1
win in 12.
Yeah, it's bad. I ain't going to lie. I can't... The record show, I can't deny it. But
so that is turmoil. Like I know you wasn't even.
I didn't mean. I didn't want to, because you know what? I wanted to also put a disclaimer out there. There's been a few people that trying to say that this is now starting to feel like me and Pat versus Jason. Yeah, and because Jason gets a bit of heat on here. But look, what it is I'm a United fan, and there's obviously a Man United and Arsenal history, a rivalry. So naturally, I'm not really going to like Arsenal. So, and there's also a lot of Arsenal fans that try and wind man up. So now when you lot are doing badly, Jason's getting the brunt of it. Do you know what I
And
mean?
obviously, me being a Tottenham fan, I mean, it speaks for itself.
It speaks for
it's
itself.
self-explanatory.
You know, me and Spurs don't have no real beef because they're new age, but me and Arsenal, we got beef. So then Jason's just unfortunate that he's got a United fan and a Spurs fan.
man just enjoy it while it lasts.
All right, long may it continue. That's what I can
Listen,
say.
when we start picking up points and rushing teams, when.
Listen,
when.
that form, boy, it's not looking.
When.
Okay, so let's discuss this now, because a lot of Arsenal fans are now trying to talk about that there's a lot of positives to take from the way you lot have performed in your last 2 games under Arteta, yeah? So, for me personally, I even said, I gave a little brief report to one of our friends at half-time, and I said, Arsenal look good, they look organised, the players are on job. Like, you had man like
Aubameyang tracking back.
Aubameyang, Ozil looked great in the first half, But I also said that Lampard changed it. He took off Emerson and brought on Jorginho, and from there, Chelsea kind of had the better of that half.
Yeah, and then
For the
first half, and then so he changed it on around 30 minutes. I think
30
it was.
minutes is bang on.
And what I have to rate there is Lampard saw that you lot were all over them, and he thought, boom, no, we need to change. Boom, made the change. And then when you actually analyse it in the cold light of day, from that change, Chelsea were the better team. They were basically more or less the better team for the rest of the half, and then they were the better team for the whole of the second half. So this is what I'm trying to just say. What are the positives to really take, considering they came away from home and dominated the football match? You look at, they dominated possession, dominated attacks, and dominated the majority of the
passes,
game.
everything.
So what are the positives?
See, the thing is with that, the stats show that obviously you'd think it's just so, like you said, what are the positives? But if you actually watch how Arsenal performed, you could kind of see it compared to how they were playing, let's say 10 games ago. You could see they were more of a unit. I mean, I only saw brief parts of it today.
They definitely were a lot better defensively.
So they were more, like you said, defensively, more of a unit, more organised, closing down a lot more, a lot quicker. But obviously, to do that for 90 minutes is asking a lot. Obviously, it took its toll on the team. And one thing that Taylor said today in the group, which I was going to touch on, but he already said, so I didn't bother. With Arteta, he should have made the subs a lot earlier. But I think the Chambers injury kind of killed.
It forced his hand, didn't it?
So he had less subs to kind of. You get me? So I think on that stand, on that point, he could have made a couple of subs a lot earlier. But I think the Chambers one kind of killed, let's say, his game plan. If he decided to make subs at a certain time, it kind of killed his game plan to do that. Because we only had 2 subs left for the rest of the game. Whereas, I mean, Chelsea made one earlier, but it wasn't down to injury. This R one was forced. But I still see, I saw improvements compared to, remember I watch Arsenal all the time. You guys probably, I'm not saying you guys don't watch Arsenal, but because I'm an Arsenal supporter, I watch how they play.
We watch the big games. All the games that are televised.
I watch how the players how the players perform, etc., how they're organised. And even in the Bournemouth game, you saw more of an improvement today than you did in the Bournemouth game. But in the Bournemouth game, I still saw glimpses of improvement. You get what I'm saying?
So do you think that is actually improvements, or are you lot searching for improvements because it's a new manager and you want to believe that they are improving? Because the reason I say that is because Bournemouth are a poor team. You didn't win, and today you've lost. So it is 1 point out of 6. So again, if you saw these same performances, because I'm sure they were these type of performances under Emery.
Not really, no.
Where you were unlucky on, no?
And that's what people are going on. They're saying they see improvements in regards to how the team was performing. Like I said, 10 games ago under Emery, you wasn't seeing that. We was all over the place. You get me? We weren't taking shots. I mean, obviously today there weren't many shots, but there's been other games, like we took a few shots against Bournemouth. I don't know how many it was, but we've taken more shots in a game than we have under Emery, should I say. You know what I'm saying? More attempts on goal. So, yeah, man, whatever Arteta's saying to me, it's obviously made a difference slightly, even though we lost today, down to individual errors and poor game management and energy and that. But I've seen one or two things that I've impressed. That's impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What do you think, Pat? Did you watch them today?
Yeah, I watched them today up until about 60 something minutes.
Yeah.
And I watched the Bournemouth game. When I watched the Bournemouth game and I gave my honest assessment back, people jumped on me saying, "Oh, what do you mean you didn't see this and didn't see that?" I was like, listen, just me being honest, I didn't really see much of a difference. But today I did. I genuinely saw people working hard. There was more intensity. People working harder off the ball to win the ball back. Aubameyang even tracking back late in the half. I think he got to the ball, kicked out for a corner when somebody was through on goal. There was a lot more defensive, solidarity today. But I just couldn't believe. I mean, this is the one time I wanted Arsenal to win a game of football. The one time, just to do us a favour. Obviously, we dropped points yesterday, and that gap would have stayed at 2 points, I believe. 2 points for Spurs and 1 point for Man United if Arsenal would have done a job today. They didn't. I was hoping for at least a draw, the minimum. And I thought it looked good up until, obviously, I just saw the updates on my phone. It was 1-0, then 1-1, and then literally I looked again and it was 2-1. And then game was the I was like, oh,
Poor game management, man.
yeah, so I didn't see the end of the game, but yeah, man, it's disappointing. But it's Arsenal, innit? So what do you expect?
But then, okay, so Jason just shaking his head, boy. Jesus, he's feeling it a bit, people. He is distraught. Another question then, Jay. How much of the improvements that you are seeing is maybe down to Arteta, or is it just down to the new manager effect? Because I think we're all football fans here. We all see this type of reaction when a new manager comes in at all clubs. And this is why I mean that I'm not sure whether I'm really seeing the improvements, because at most clubs you actually get some wins when a new manager comes in, and you haven't yet. So I'm thinking, with the little improvements, is it just now that the players are running a little bit more and trying a little bit harder because it's the new manager? Or do you think that there is a problem with regards to the players and the squad that you have?
You know something, bruv? I've got to put. I reckon it's down to Arteta, man. I reckon he's really trying to instill his philosophy on the team. Because if the players didn't want to run, they won't work, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, but we see this at all clubs, though, Jay. Like Everton, for example, even when how they were playing before.
Ancelotti's come in; he's got 2 out of 2 now.
Yeah, or even before then, when Big Dunk came in, it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Even under Lundberg, you didn't see this type of reaction.
No, you didn't think that there was improvements. You got a win under Lundberg. Yeah. You won 3-1 away to West Ham.
Yeah, that's
that's an improvement.
We didn't look as organised as we have today under Lundberg. I didn't see that.
Another thing that I wanted to ask you as well, though, Jay, is like, for me, I don't see how Aubameyang and Lacazette play in the same team. I think it has to be one or the other.
I need Martinelli back. I need him back.
If Martinelli's fit and Laka gets dropped,
then Laka gets dropped.
Yeah, let's be realistic, because Martinelli is better on the wing than Lacazette. He's poses more of a threat.
So again, Pat, this is why I don't get Arsenal fans, is because we're in a situation now where Aubameyang was your top goal scorer last season. We're now talking about Martinelli coming back in. But yet Lacazette was your player of the year.
And people said he was a player of the year 2 years in a row. So
he's out of form at the moment.
So I'm like,
he looked a bit sluggish today. He could have had a few. Well, I wouldn't say they were chances. They were half chances, but he just didn't take his. He didn't. He was waiting too long on the ball. Yeah.
He had a few against Bournemouth. But yeah, having the two of them in the team.
I just don't think both of them work.
It's doing a 4-4-2,
and nobody plays that no more.
Yeah, you got to play one up.
It's a one striker system now.
This is why I believe Pepe should play. I know Arteta's probably saying he ain't doing enough in training.
But you're saying Martinelli and Pepe play the same place.
I mean, like,
today.
Yeah. Pepe should have played.
So you would even say Martinelli ahead of Pepe?
No. Right now, yeah.
So
right now,
what has happened to Pepe? Like it's Emery, Lundberg, and Arteta now. None of them are
Pepe
picking
didn't
this
get
fight.
on the pitch today, did he?
No. He came on. Yeah, he came on.
It was
How many minutes did he get? About 10 minutes?
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Pepe has to be the biggest flop of this season, surely.
We can say that. We have to say that. See May, innit?
Oh, come on, Jason.
We have to see May,
Jason, man.
We have to see May.
I'm not even trying to throw shade, but surely you can be honest to say, you know what? Pepe has been the biggest flop so far this season.
You're saying so far?
Yeah, so far this season.
I thought you meant like for the whole season. I'm like, well, the season.
Whole season, half season, whatever.
Half
so far, he hasn't lived up to
maybe one of the biggest flops in Premier League history so far.
No, I won't go that far.
I would.
What?
Big million.
Yeah, biggest. Wasn't he your world record signing?
Yeah, he is.
So your world record signing can't get a game.
He's not performing at the moment, is it? What do you want?
Patrick, stop laughing.
Bro, he's not performing at the moment, so no, he's not going to get a game.
Stop laughing, Patrick, man. You make it like I'm digging that Jay's. I'm not
digging.
digging.
I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just
laughing. I didn't want. I was just making the point, Jay's. I don't know why he's laughing.
Anyway, as I was saying, innit, yeah? You got another 6 months. No, well, 5 actually.
You know what?
And
now,
we'll see.
To be
then
fair,
you can judge him then.
Yeah, I mean, we can judge him already. From what we've seen so far, he hasn't lived up to the hype. But sometimes it takes a player 18 months. Sometimes it takes a player 24 months. We just don't know. But the concerning thing is, it's 3 different managers now. And all 3 have not really backed the guy. So that tells its own story. Do you get what I mean?
For real, man. Let us know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, boys and girls. Has Pepe been the biggest flop this season? Stop laughing, Patrick. Biggest flop in Premier League history.
Why is Pepe the topic?
No, he's not the topic. I'm just saying, and do you think that there's been improvements to Arsenal so far under Arteta? Let us know what you think. But I'm going to segue in anyway to Spurs' big signing, Ndombele, because we've been talking about him. About his fitness and everything, and I'm just wondering, Pat, has fitness actually been the problem with Ndombele? Considering fitness was meant to be the problem on, I can't remember what game it was,
and then before,
and then now he just played 90 minutes.
Yeah, but no, he said he felt a bit of a niggle, and he said to Jose, "I don't feel comfortable playing in the game." So Jose's like, "Okay, cool." So he trained afterwards. He warmed down with the guys that didn't play even though he wasn't in the match squad, he warmed down with them, and then he played the whole game. And in my opinion, he was the best player on the pitch. He was really good. It wasn't a good performance from us, obviously, but he did look good, and he was the brightest spark. So, yeah, fitness is an issue for him.
Yeah.
And, it is a
but
bit.
But then he played 90 minutes. So I'm thinking, and like you say, not only did he play 90 minutes, he was the best player on the pitch,
hands down.
Because I actually read a piece by The Athletic. That I think a few of us are subscribed to.
I saw it as well.
And they were talking about he was doing everything that you lot have been missing.
Yeah, he was driving the ball forward. He wasn't losing possession. He was tracking back, tackling. He was making chances. He looked good.
He did. And then
legit.
that little Rabona towards the end as well, a little bit of flair.
Yeah, exactly. No, he is a quality player, and he's got a really good. It's not a ton of pace, but when he gets the ball, he uses his body well. And then he kind of it's like a feint, and he tricks the defender, and then he just runs off again. Yeah. But no, he's a quality player. But fitness is an issue. We'll have to see how he manages himself, and he does need to, in my opinion, needs to be more disciplined. He's a bit chubby, isn't it? And he needs to get in shape, because you can't be slacking in the Premier League. You'll get found out.
Yeah. So you do think that there's not an issue with Jose or the type of player that Jose likes?
No, I don't think so, because Jose even come out afterwards and said he was the best player, and he looked immense, and he looked good. I just think he is struggling with his fitness. Even he was having the same issues with Poch, and I think he's getting managed in now. Hopefully he starts playing, but he does need to really get on it now. He's 23 now, I think, 24. I think he just turned 23, sorry. So, yeah, you can't be a professional and be out of shape. That's criminal at the top level.
I guess we're going to have to watch and see how that pans out. Another thing I wanted to ask you, so are you and Spurs fans happy with Jose Mourinho and the football that you're playing? Because I know there's 1 or 2 Spurs fans that are out there that already seem like they're turning on Jose.
As a collective, I think we are. There's always going to be like 1 or 2 clowns that are just saying stuff. I mean, I heard someone say, I want him out already. I'm like, the guy's not even been given a chance. But if you look at it, in the Premier League, we've won 5, lost 2, drawn 1. That's not that bad. It's not, obviously, ideally you didn't want to lose to Norwich, but the other games are games that, City, Man United and Chelsea, they're games that are not gimmies.
Givers,
The other ones we've not lost any game that we shouldn't have lost. Ideally, it's not good drawing to Norwich, but I've got to give him his props. We were 14th when he took over. We're now 6. Yeah, we're 6 now, and we're just outside the top 4. So there has definitely been an improvement. It's just defensively we're still making errors.
So this has to, I'm thinking, has to be the concern for a Spurs fan, is that you've got a defensive coach.
Yeah.
But yet you're still, and again, even at Man United, we saw this, Jay, because towards the end of his tenure, we were conceding a lot of goals, and we was thinking, what's the point in having this defensive-minded coach where we don't go into games trying to win games as such? We're more going into games not to lose, and then yet we're still conceding all these goals. And I think what happened was for us, and I think this could be a worry for you guys, not to say that he's going to be exactly the same, but in the beginning, when he came to United, I was doing exactly the same thing. I was like, look, we ain't parking the bus. We were getting a couple 4-0 wins in the beginning of his tenure. Yeah. You know what I mean? We went on a run. I think we went the first 7 games of the season, we'd won them or something like that. Okay. And then you start to concede some goals, and then it's like it changes in him, and then he goes ultra defensive. And I worry with all of the goals that you lot are conceding. I don't worry. I'm worried for you. I worry for you that with all of the goals that you're conceding, do you think that he might then go back?
He needs to do something, because defensively we are shocking, and I think that will be with personnel as well. He needs to, in my opinion, Foyth shouldn't be playing for us. He's not good enough. Yeah. And Vertonghen playing left back. As good as Vertonghen is as a defender, he's not a left back, and that area is getting exploited. So it's just little personnel changes, and I think we will start to see a bit of a difference, because offensively we're there, but defensively we just need to fine tune it a bit.
People, let us know what you think. Do you think that Jose can sort out the defensive frailties that Spurs are showing at the moment? And do you think he's doing a good job? I personally think it's a bit too early for people to be turning on him, but let us know what you think as well. An interesting question, an interesting thing is, can Rashford get 30 league goals? Can Rashford get 30? Not league goals. Goals in all competitions. He won't get, but goals in all competitions. 16.
I don't see why not. Yeah. I always said that Rashford's a baller. I'm glad that he's actually showing now that he can be the main guy and he can actually take his chances. Right, he's on 11 or 12 in the Prem?
12 in the Prem.
Yeah, 12 in the
16
Prem.
In all 16 in all comp.
That's not a bad return. It's not a bad return at all. So he can do it. Why not?
He's doing well, man. He's doing well. I think it's there for him if he can stay fit. The problem that I see with Marcus Rashford is he plays every minute of, more or less every minute of all the games. Burnout, man. And it was last season, I felt like he got injured and then we just kept playing him. And even this season, he's just playing all of the time. Now, don't get me wrong, he's young, so the younger man can do that more than whether we went up there, do you know what I mean? But I do worry about the burnout. I think that there's going to need to come a time this season where we're going to need to give him minutes. We're going to need to start giving him more of a rest, give him more, because at the moment we're heavily reliant on Rashford. But also a key to Marcus Rashford is Martial, and Martial being fit, because I tell you now, you've got a lot of people that want to jump on Martial's back and say Martial ain't good enough, but Rashford only started tearing and really performing when Martial came back. Okay. Martial is the man that makes.
Martial's got your last 2 man of the matches, hasn't he? In his last 2 performances.
It's funny, isn't it? Just when mans were trying to get onto him, he gets 2 man of the matches. So can Martial get 20 goals in all competitions?
What's he on now?
He's on 10.
I'd probably say, you know what? Ability-wise, yes, but probably because he's quite injury-prone, I'll say no. Because, if he can stay fit, 100%. But with Martial, the biggest worry, I'm not worried, but the biggest annoyance with him is that he's doing well and then he gets injured and then he takes him a while to find his feet. And then, do you know what I mean? So,
see, a lot of the time people say that, but you'll be surprised that how, don't get me wrong, he does get injured, but a lot of the issues he's had at Man United has not actually been that. It was that Jose didn't like him.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Jose would play him in in that left, like what Aubameyang was doing for you today, but then get on to him if he's not doing the defensive duties correctly. Now, don't get me wrong, it's all well and good Aubameyang putting in a great performance doing that. But if you're not that way inclined, if you're if you see yourself as a number 9, then you may not be good at that side of the game. Do you know what I mean?
Wing back duties.
Like I've heard there's other channels out there and people that have talked about Martial, and there's a lot of people with opinions in our group. And the thing is that Martial was like, and I've looked back and just to make sure to get my facts right, but I knew this anyway. He got like man of the match before Sanchez came. He got man of the match like twice in 3 months. Player of the month, sorry.
Oh, player of the month, okay.
Player of the month.
Yeah.
Twice in 3 months. I think it was September and October before Sanchez came in. So this is a player that's playing well, and then you buy Sanchez, and then he goes to the bench.
He gets, that's what's that going to do for your confidence?
Now, as a human being, like people forget that these footballers are not robots, they're human beings. As a human, like, what's that going to do to you?
I know you've been named player of the month. Not even like, you've been doing well. Player of the month, 2 months in a row, whatever it is.
September and October.
And then you get bombed out.
And then you get bombed out.
You
know what I'm saying?
It's just going to give you that.
It's going to make you...
That effort attitude. I ain't gonna
lie. It's going to make you peed off. You know what I mean? You've been putting in a shift doing well, and then all of a sudden you're,
And when I compare him, I'm not actually comparing him that I'm trying to bring down Firmino. But the reason why I compare him to Firmino is because a lot of people rate Firmino really highly, but don't rate Martial. But when you look at their stats, over the last 2 seasons, for Martial, less appearances than Firmino, more goals or similar goals, similar type of assists.
It's difficult though, because with Firmino, you know what, it's so hard to compare Firmino because he is probably the only Prem's false 9.
But you but you would say that he's Liverpool's link man.
Yeah, he is. He's the guy that I would probably say he's the most important forward for Liverpool. But he's we don't have a false 9. You guys don't have a false 9.
Yeah.
Arsenal don't have a false 9. Chelsea don't. Pretty much Man City don't. Liverpool are the only team I can think of that have a false 9. So Firmino can't. I hear what you're saying, but it's difficult to compare because he's not the same guy.
The reason I compare is because people say that Firmino is the one who makes Liverpool tick. And I'm saying that Martial is the man that makes us tick.
Fair enough.
And when you check it, when Martial at the beginning of the season, we started off well. The Wolves away, everything good in the first half against Wolves was because of Martial. We got his goal in the first half. Everything that was good was him. His link-up play, first touch, bringing people in is what people don't realise. Like, even against Sheffield United, he wasn't directly involved in the goals, but he was involved in the goals. Do you know what I mean? And that's why, and this is why I get so annoyed with it, is because them man, they ain't watching these games. They're not watching Sheffield United and saying, you know what, Martial picked up the ball here, spun his defender, slipped my man in over there, and then that led to Brandon Williams getting the goal back. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not watching that. So just like when you say you watch all your Arsenal games, I have to listen to what you're saying. I watch all my Man United games, and I'm telling you that Martial is important to the way we function. And I think, as you said, if he can stay fit...
Yeah, if he can stay fit, no problem.
I think that he can get 20 goals in all comps, and I think Martial... Rashford
the ability is there for Martial. It's just like I said, for me...
Ice cold in front of goal.
To be fair, I was hoping that you lot kept Jose because you was going to bounce, innit?
He was going to bounce.
I was going to say, Arsenal should just go and get him.
Yeah, there was talk that he was going to come to Tottenham at one point. We were looking at him.
So he's rated.
He's highly rated. He's a good player, man. It's just, whether he can stay fair. If he can... He's looking good right now, so... Yeah.
And he's clinical. He is very clinical
in front of sometimes you don't know whether or not he's happy or not, man. You always look so miserable.
Yeah, he's got a proper poker face.
Yeah, man. This is kind of a smile.
He's like, when he scores, he's like...
No, he smiles when he scores.
He runs like that.
He was happy when he scored yesterday. Was it yesterday you got played?
Yeah. Today. We played today.
Was it today?
Yeah. We beat Burnley today.
You can never tell, man. You can never tell.
The thing is, yesterday. I'm getting muddled up with the days. But this is how dumb some fans are, or people out there that try and judge a man and say he never smiles, so he ain't happy. I'm like, that's who he is.
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny that
so because man has that face, is he ain't happy, he's lazy, all of this crap.
Even when he's had a good game, you see him really make him smile. Yeah, this guy.
Nah, he's decent. I don't know if he's. You know, you're saying he's clinical. I don't know if I call him clinical. If I'm being honest.
He is. I posted the stat. Don't you? No, I posted the. No. He was the most clinical striker last season out of everybody.
What?
Shots
like Kane,
shots.
thing, Aguero.
Everybody, Patrick. This is what I mean. Perception versus reality. Perception versus reality. I put it on the IG before the IG went pear.
Yeah.
So I have to go. I should really upload it again. He's the most clinical person, more than Mane, Kane, everybody.
Okay.
Shots to goal ratio.
Okay.
When Martial is usually in front of goal with a chance, he will usually tuck it away. Our problem is he don't get enough chances.
But he's usually, I mean, Rashi plays more down the middle now, doesn't he?
No.
So is Martial playing down the middle?
See, this is the problem, people. We got people that don't actually know what's happening.
Listen, I see what I see in that. Like,
Rashford don't play down the middle. Martial plays down the middle.
Fair enough.
Must be your winger's looking good, boy.
Daniel James.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're seeing it. Man United, Arsenal's a big one now because Arsenal need some points.
Big one. We'll get into that, boy.
So that's
see
gonna
what
be-
Jason's feeling is.
On Monday. Was it Monday? When is it? Tuesday?
Yeah. New Year's Day, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
No, all my days are
You're gonna be at the game.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
He's in Algiers and I go to the game. Yeah. See.
You might have to do a live from the Emirates update.
You're live from the empty crates.
Yeah.
You know empty place, mate.
So anyway, let us know what you think. If you think that Martial or Rashford can get, or Rashford get 30 goals in all comps and Martial get 20 goals in all comps. Do you not think that West Ham could get relegated, or do you think that they sacked Pellegrini at the right time? They've just brought in David Moyes that we've heard.
I think Moyes will probably save them.
Yeah, I don't think they get relegated. I think they'll be hovering around that zone, but I don't think they get relegated.
They'll be bottom half of the table.
Yeah,
but
they ain't gonna
relegation.
be. Yeah, I don't think they get relegated.
No, okay. Yeah, I don't think they will either.
What do you lot think of David Moyes being appointed?
I think it's a weird appointment considering he was there before and it didn't work out.
And the fans weren't really happy as well.
Yeah.
I don't understand the West Ham fans because they've had a few managers where they've been saved from going into the Championship and it's not been happy. Like Sam Allardyce.
They want a brand of football as well. West Ham aren't just happy
they can't attract that type of manager. That's the thing.
But they had Manuel Pellegrini. Yeah, it's won the Premier League.
Won Champions League. He's won
Premier League.
Yeah. He's managed Real Madrid. He's managed Man City. So the guy is of some caliber.
Yeah, and they've got a better team than how they're performing as well.
Definitely, their team's a lot better than.
Yeah.
I don't know. It must be something about that club.
I understand why West Ham fans want more.
Yeah.
But for some reason they're just not able to get it right. So what does that say? Is that something to do with the actual club? Is it the DNA of the club, or is it the manager?
I think it's the recruitment, personally.
The recruitment.
Because when I watch their games, like for example, when Arsenal played West Ham should have been clear. They had so many chances before Arsenal got back in the game, and Snodgrass is giving the ball away, Noble's giving the ball away. The guys that they got ain't good enough to be where the fans want them to be. So
but then you could argue that if you look at the West Ham team,
Yeah.
they got a better team than like a Sheffield United,
100%. Better than their team is better than Aston Villa's if you look at it.
Yeah.
Better than Newcastle's. Better than Sheffield United's. They should be doing a lot better.
Well, Norwich are bottom.
But better than Norwich as well. But Norwich play better football than West Ham.
Yeah, they do.
I'd rather watch I'd rather watch Norwich than West Ham.
Definitely, man.
So it's an interesting one, but I don't think they'll get relegated. I don't think so. I think they've got enough to stay up.
I think the new manager effect and David Moyes will probably get them organised to the point that they will start to grind out a few results here and there. And look, I do actually believe, as you both said, that their team is better than where they are.
Yeah.
So the chances are they won't get relegated.
The thing is, David Moyes does know the Prem. There's no doubt about that. The guy has performed well at Everton. Obviously he managed Man United for a bit. The guy knows what he's doing. So he should be alright.
And you know what? West Ham fans, if you're watching, please let us know what your feelings are, your thoughts are on the new appointment and your hopes for staying up.
Does anyone know how long his contract is? Is it to the end of the season?
I'm not sure. Check that.
Let me check.
We'll bounce back to that. You know what I wanted to ask as well, guys? So Liverpool, yeah, they are on a bit of a madness, as you said before we started recording, Jason, that they've gone away and won the FIFA World Club Cup, and then come back and beat up Leicester, and then they've just beat Wolves at home.
And Wolves are a good team as well. Wolves
and so were Leicester.
Yeah.
So they're on a bit of a mad thing right now. Like, Jason, can they go the season unbeaten?
Yeah, I think they can. Whether or not they do is another thing.
So if you was to bet, which way would you go?
I'd probably bet no.
Bet no.
Yeah.
Is that the Arsenal? Is that the Arsenal?
So
thing?
No, it's not even that. I think it's just there's gonna be that one game. I reckon it's just gonna.
They've signed them on an 18-month contract, so they've given them a bit of faith. It's not like to the end of the season.
Yeah, but still 18
I know, but
months.
it's...
So that to me just says, keep us up,
yeah,
and then we'll see how we'll see how things
we'll
are
assess
going.
it in the summer.
Yeah, we'll see how things
it's not
are
like
going.
it's a 3-month contract.
Yeah,
but it's not like to the end of the season one as well.
What do you reckon, Pat? Do you think that Liverpool can go the season unbeaten?
I mean,
the way they're going,
the way they're playing and the way they're dispatching teams, I would say yes. But obviously, the cynic in me says they're going to lose at some point, and it won't be to a Spurs or a Chelsea or Man United. It will be to a Norwich or someone where they kind of took their eye off the ball, or they might have like a Champions League game coming up and they got their eye on that kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, but to be fair, the way they're playing and the way they just always seem to grind it out, or they can do it. I think they can do it, and even if you look at their form over the calendar year, not just this season, the calendar year. I think they've lost like one game or something crazy like that.
Yeah, well, they only lost one game last season.
Yeah,
so when did that happen?
Yeah.
That would have been this year.
And they haven't lost this year. It's in this Premier League season. So I think they've only lost one game.
I didn't realise that Man United are the only team to take points off them. Yeah. They've beat everybody else.
Exactly.
They've only drawn one game.
So if you look at it like that, then they can go. Why not? Why can't they? But something tells me someone will somehow, it might get a controversial winner or something like that, blah blah blah. But it's quite scary. The league's done now, man, 100%. We said this ages ago, but league's long gone.
League is definitely long gone
too
now.
Strong, too strong.
But you know what? Another question is: do you think then that in terms of quality, the league is worse now than it was in past time?
No. Because I think if you look at how good Liverpool are, they're battering everyone. It's not just in the Premier League. I mean, they're
so we're talking about the league.
Yeah, but for them, for Liverpool, Liverpool are an ambassador of the league.
Yeah.
So if Liverpool are doing it on the European stage and even in the club world, whatever you want to call it, then that shows that the league is good. Tottenham were in the Champions League final as well. Chelsea were in the Europa League final. Arsenal in the Europa League final. This is the league. So I think the quality of the league is up there with any league. So
what do you think, Jason?
I think to be honest with you, looking at how Liverpool are just destroying teams and how the rest of the other teams ain't performing as good as they should be, it kind of shows the league might have gone a bit backward a little bit.
Yeah.
Because for a team like this has never happened in the Premiership. Just to remember that no team, even Arsenal's Invincibles, didn't dominate like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No team has dominated the league like how Liverpool have done it, and the rest of the teams for me.
Man City
and Man United have built up gaps like this.
They have, but at the same time, these teams have lost games by this stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or drawn a good few games by this stage.
Yeah.
Liverpool just seems, it's just no matter who they play, I mean they battered Leicester. Leicester been tearing up teams. They battered Leicester 4 like it was nothing.
Yeah.
They beat Man City 3 like it was nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's an interesting one because in that sense the quality of the other teams has dipped, but then when you look at how the Premier League's performing in Europe, the quality is still evident.
So you see what I would look at it in this way. It's a bit of a it's a tough question to just answer just like this now, because I look at Man United, for example, and I'm thinking to myself, underperforming. There's question marks over the type of quality of player that we've got in that team. And then like if you look at historically the top four,
Yeah.
then that's where I think you can probably judge it on and say, like at the moment, Arsenal are in the bottom half of the table, and is the quality there in the Arsenal team that there's been over a number of years? Is the quality there in the United team? Probably you'll say that the quality is probably the best it's been at Spurs now. So even
team,
now
I wouldn't say so, because I would say our 15-16 team is probably our best quality, because like, our right back all years are shambles. Left back, we don't have a recognised left back.
Yep.
So I can't say our quality.
So then you look at Chelsea as well. Look at Chelsea's team and how
exactly.
what Lampard's working with at the moment with his team.
The young boys.
And then obviously you've got your Cities and your. But then even City
are nowhere near as good as they've been.
You look at that defensive line. And you think to yourself,
they've got a new left back in every other game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I would say before the Liverpool man try and put a spin on it, like I'm trying to downplay what they're doing, is that this Liverpool team looks as good as I've seen a Liverpool team.
I'm saying that's what I said. In terms of they're battering everyone, if it's domestically, internationally.
Yeah.
I think so. Liverpool. I think the league has slipped, but Liverpool at the same time have just extended.
And the reason I asked that question is not to try and downplay what Liverpool are doing. It's really just to understand and get a feel for what the actual league is. Because I don't necessarily believe that even if us teams were stronger, that we would be. But we probably will be able to challenge them a little bit more. But I still think that this team...
will be too strong.
Yeah, they'll be too strong. That's what I believe anyway.
No, I hear you. I think you're right. And if you're looking at in the Premier League, I 100% agree with you. But I was just saying, to add a spin to it, we're doing so well in Europe.
In Europe.
Yeah. And even now, every team in the Champions League qualify for the next round. I believe every team in the Europa qualify.
Yeah, because
even teams like
Wolves did as well.
And that's what I'm saying. So when you look at us as a actual collective, we are doing really well.
But then again, there's the flip side, because I said I'm not saying I have the answers. There's the flip side, because now you've got. Look at Leicester. You would say that Leicester are a better team now than when they even won the league. You look at teams like Wolves.
And Wolves are no joke.
And they've got quality players in Wolves. So then you will look at those teams and think, you know what?
They can take more points off you now.
Definitely. I mean? So it is.
And even a Sheffield United, they're not a joke either. They'll take points off you if you're not on your A game.
Yeah,
so the league has become more competitive, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So let us know what you think, people. Do you think that the league is better now than in what it was in past times, or do you think that the quality has dipped a little bit? So let us know what your thoughts are. There was one other question I wanted to ask you lot. The last question is regarding City, and where do you think that they will finish this season, given what's happening, given the speculation, or not speculation, that what we as fans kind of think about Pep? What do you reckon, Jay? Where do you think that they will finish?
You see, I think City will finish third.
I think they'll finish first.
Leicester will get second,
Pat?
Second. I think that they'll finish above Leicester.
So no chance of City dropping out the top four?
I think they'll finish third.
Yeah.
I think personally Leicester will drop out of the top four.
Yeah, I know you've been beating this drum for a while.
So I can't see Leicester. Sorry.
But are you saying that just because it's Leicester? Because we can't see anything to suggest that they're going to drop out the top four.
I'm saying it because it's Leicester, and I'm saying it because I don't believe that their team is strong enough to continue playing at the level they're playing at. Because even someone
they've got no Europe though. Don't forget.
I know you're right, but I was reading something about their goals. You know this now. They've got this new XG thing where it's predicted goals against goals.
Yeah.
And Leicester ain't creating the chances that their scorelines are reflecting at the moment, so that they can't ride that wave without. Because if you actually think about it, Maddison's not been the same guy as last year. Last year Maddison was getting pair assists, and he was creating a lot of chances. He's not really done that this year. So I don't know. Something just tells me that Leicester will drop out. Just off that and just from what I've seen, I don't believe they can maintain this level. But so far so good for them. But we'll see.
All right. I personally think, I would like to think that they're going to drop out the top four, but it ain't going to happen. City will stay in the top four.
Oh no, City will
stay in the top four. And Leicester is anyone's guess, man. I would love to think that they're going to, but I think Leicester are going to stay in, man.
Yeah,
I really
think they
do.
will.
I reckon the
think
only
they will.
one that can be caught is Chelsea. One thing I want to just say is I big up Chelsea, or big up Frank Lampard, because I thought the change that he made at Arsenal today showed why he can probably become a really top manager. Something I have not seen Ollie do to this day is that in-game management.
Okay.
But with that said, I think that the squad that he's got, the team that he's got, I think that they could let him down. And he's still inexperienced, so he still is making mistakes in occasions.
But he did really well, because even when he put Tomori at right back, he saw Tomori was struggling, took him off, and he brought on that young guy, Leicester or whatever his name, I can't remember his name. And he played him because he is a recognised right back. So that was really smart as well, because he's like, you know what, even though you're a good defender, you don't work there. Let me bring on a recognised player for that position.
And he did well.
And he did well. So I thought that was actually really good.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, man. I think that the whole thing will wrap up now. We'll do the Arsenal and Man United build up in another part.
Okay.
So one thing I do want to do is give my Fred appreciation comment out there, because I said it. Fred just needs run of games. Just needs a run of games. I said it, and Fred is the man now. I'm hoping he continues, man, because he's playing really well, and we're going to need him against Arsenal, but we'll get into that on the next part, man. So, you know what? Thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, hit the like button. If you've enjoyed the show, this is episode 22. It's the final show of 2019.
Wow. So next time we'll be coming through 2020.
2020.
Mad.
2020.
New decade.
You get me? New decade.
Yeah.
And then, boy, when we get to 2030, is everyone a pundit gonna still be around?
Hopefully we'll be a brand name. Yeah, his own TV channel.
And we'll be old and grey then. But you know what? I'm Semps.
I'm Patrick Tyrant.
I'm Jason.
And we are the pundits from Everyone's a Pundit. Big up yourselves. Thanks for watching.
That's it.
Say later.